Hello, happy people. I hope you're having an amazing day today. Today I thought it would be fun for my video game Wednesday, where I do a review of these older things, to do 2001's Tropico 1 for you folks. It's the first one in the series. It's set in the Caribbean. You are running a person who's running a nation, and your goal is to stay in power. For you folks, it's been for the PC and the Mac too. I have played the PC version. That's by Pop Top Video Games and published by Gathering of Developers. For you folks, on Steam, its user reviews are 88% great stuff for the older one. It's called the Reloaded. The original one isn't available there. On Metacritic for the original one, the score is at a nice 85%. Great stuff there. In this game, you start as the ruler of a Caribbean nation with different backgrounds you can choose ahead of time, different strengths, different weaknesses that you also choose to, and so forth, and how you came to power as well. And then they give you your presidente, and then you need to curry favor with the various factions and nations and stay in power with either elections or just keeping down rebels with a dictatorship. My preferred background was a famous lounge singer, and then my favorite way to come to power was corporate takeover, which would let you start with a free hotel to help build tourists and such. Because corporate takeover, typically they weren't expecting a lot of democracies, hot whole elections. As soon as I had some favor, like 8 or 10 years into the game, and then every 10 years thereafter. And they were like, wait, what? I wasn't expecting you to be a nice elected guy. And famous lounge singers was great for things like your building up your tourism bases, your financial stuff, your fun stuff, where they hang out, that sort of thing. And really built up great relations too with everybody. So you build farms. And fishing villages to feed your people, although some farms can be like coffee and stuff that you don't actually eat. And then you can build mines, or tobacco, I think too. You can build mines and such, and lumber to build or sell for cash once you have a port. And then you have to build infrastructure like roads, schools, hospitals, teamster unions to move things from point to point, and constructions, offices in order to build your things and that sort of thing. Churches too. You can build medics. You can build houses for your people and issue edicts to curry favor, like tax breaks or Social Security, to help out with the older folks. You also need to make friendly with different factions out there, like capitalists and communists, militarists and religious, and more. You can build production like a cannery for your food. You can build places for them to hang out, like restaurants, bars, that sort of a thing. Then you can build tour sections with beaches and hotels and such. You can build higher level stuff too, or specialized stuff like stadiums, or El Presidente's is a house where he was a kid in order to curry favor with locals that go there. Or power plants to power your islands and that sort of a thing. See, again, you need to curry favor and keep things from places like the USA and the USSR in this game. So your goal is just to stay in power however you do it. This has my favorite soundtrack of all time. It's a soundtrack is just an absolute classic. Love it lots. I actually have bought every soundtrack in the Tropico series, based on how good the first one was, on iTunes, and I regularly listen to it. And that sort of thing. I constantly listen to it. And I've downloaded a lot of the other artists that have made the soundtrack. Love it lots. I think it's absolute strong stuff. Love it lots. This is a flavor that it just nails. Voice acting is great too. What the lines are that they're reading off, the pictures of things, they are based on your stuff. Like El Presidente's house is clearly based on the president mansion in Cuba, of the president at their level odds. Everything in the game, it just hits it from a flavor note, and so forth. It's a perfect game. It's my favorite game out there, just based on flavor alone. It oozes it level odds. This is deep, fun, and engaging massively. And if you can rest deep power here, you'll level odds. It's total 10 out of 10. All right, and flavor would be like a tool. 10, because of just how well it hits the flavor. Just love it a lot, and that sort of a thing. There are a few sequels, Tropical Cove, Pirate Cove in the second one, also by Pop Top. I just don't think it really sort of hit the same notes by going with an older tropical theme, being pirates and that sort of thing. I just think that really felt a strong one. Tropico 3, I think, the 3D one and so forth, and through 6 are a little bit better. 6 isn't as strong as the other ones, I think, but 3, 4, and 5 are better by Hammermont Games. So I think that's one of the bigger video game companies in Bulgaria. So I like them better, other than 6, which isn't done by them. Other than that sort of a thing, but this is a review of the first one. Lots of very strong stuff, and it's just an incredibly strong thing. Absolute classic level lots. 10 out of 10 for you folks. Have you played the first Tropico video game from 2001 by Pop Top Software? If so, what did you think about it? Did you agree or disagree with my 10 out of 10? Let's talk about that too. If you like these video games, last week I did Evil Genius from 2004. I also just did Star Control 2 from 94. 7 years apart this one. And then I also have done other things in the older genres and that sort of thing. This is so if you like that, you can check those out too. I do a lot of these older video games on the every Wednesday. I have done 1 or 2 more recent ones. I did Planet Coaster 2 a couple of weeks after it was released. Today, when I'm recording this, the day before you see this, is 2 Point, a museum that just got released, and I've already downloaded it. I'll probably start playing it here soon, so I hope to have a review up here in a week or 2. So I do sometimes have some newer stuff, but I typically like to prefer the older stuff, right? And so forth. On Saturday, I do older reviews of serials. I'm doing The Daleks' Invasion of Earth from '64. By Doctor Who in the black and white era in the first Doctor. I like to do older videos on Friday of older videos. Yesterday I did an H.P. Lovecraft review from the pulp era, one of his earlier stuff called The Beast in the Cave. Tomorrow I'll be doing a review of a science fiction novel. It's the final one in the Freeway Warrior series in the late 80s. It's post-apocalyptic, heavily influential by Mad Max series, and that sort of a thing. Love it lots. By Joe Dever. It's called the California Countdown. So those sorts of older things are pretty strong stuff too. And on Mondays I like to do older reviews. I just did 1983's The Assassins, not by Leonard Lakofka, for the Dungeons & Dragons, the first edition. So if you like those sorts of older things, you'll definitely enjoy that too. So hit the like button because you like this video, and let me know, and post your comments and thoughts, and then just hit the subscribe button to watch these old videos, the bell icon, to be notified of my videos. Get posted 7 times a week if you're from Frisky. And then let your friends know too. And as you've noted, a lot of these older things are hitting things because that's the passion of this channel and the title too. The worst thing about new books is a quote by a French philosopher named Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about them was that they kept us from reading the old ones. Right? There's definitely some older stuff that I might have forgot about. And heavily influential stuff. In this case, you're playing it, you're not reading it, but you get the idea. A lot of these other things are out there, heavily influential. It has a topic, it still has great numbers, and it has an entire series from it. So there's great stuff there too. Alrighty, and there you are. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing and watching my videos, right? Because we all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions, right? So the fact that you spend this time with me, that's incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it so very, very much. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.